everybody, Bob back, and welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy V, the 4-job Fiesta. Last episode we ended out outside this castle. We were told to stay away from the castle, which means of course we're going to go right inside of it. It's not really good to go in here because of these guys here, these shield dragons. You can defeat them pretty easily if you have the right party. If you have a tamer, they're really easy to defeat. All you have to do is tame them. And then when their turn comes up, just have them use their fire on the ability on themselves. And after 4 of those uses, it'll be defeated. But we can't charm this guy or tame him like the tamer could. So it's kind of we just gotta run from him. He's undead, and so while he's weak to fire, he comes equipped with like a built-in wall spell, so you can't hit him with fire spells. Can't hit him with like a Phoenix Down, they don't work on him. And then if you do enough damage to him, eventually he runs away, so he's a pain. I'll try to beat him later on, because we'll be back here later. So let's get good old Angel's back up on his feet. Let's see what these things is. Galuf seems to know something. These are the 12 legendary sealed weapons. These are the ones used in the battle 1,000 years ago? They've all turned to stone. Well, they're so old. There's a little typo there. And let's just look at all the different weapons. They all have special effects. Yoichi's bow, I think that's a really high crit rate. The Mazmune always makes your character go first in battle. The Rune Axe here, I think it uses magic points to deal extra damage. Holy Lance, holy damage and can cast holy spell. Sasuke's Katana, I think it has a really good evade rate. Assassin's Dagger can potentially one-hit KO an enemy. Excalibur's a really powerful sword that has holy. This spell can cast Quake when used. Apollo's Harp deals extra damage to dragons. This rod, it increases damage from like fire, ice, and lightning. Sage Staff increases holy damage, and the Fire Brute Whip here can cast Fire 3 when used. So can randomly cast that when he hits something. So yeah, pretty much most of the classes have their own special weapon. Will of course won't be able to use most of them, so probably the best ones for us would be the Mazmune for the Samurai. Then you get Excalibur for the Knight, and then the Harp for the Bard, and then the Wizard Rod for the Red Mage. Because the staff is useless because they'll never be able to use Holy, even though Red Mage can use staffs and rods. The rod will be better because it'll boost all those things. Now we won't have to keep those elemental rods anymore. So you're also told in Rugal, that town, that one boy said that he saw a Moogle. Hey, well, we just found a Moogle here in this forest. A Moogle here? What a surprise. Moogle? Moogles didn't exist in the First War. Mysterious little creatures live in the forest. They're very shy and seldom come out where they can be seen. Let's help him. So yeah, that's why that girl didn't believe that boy when he said he saw a Moogle, because I guess they're very shy and don't come out. So here we have a kind of an annoying dungeon. It's really short and tiny, but you really don't have much places to go. The river takes you. You just step on it and the river takes you. Good thing is most of the enemies here can be charmed, so that makes them a little bit easier. They also tend to be weak to lightning, so we'll just charm them up with our Bard, and then we'll hammer away at them with our characters. So we got the first one here, the Moogle. So we better find that Moogle real quick, or else he might get eaten by this like octopus thing. So luckily this dungeon has a very easy boss, no matter what job you have. But there's only one point where the thing splits. And it's not a major split, but you want to go one certain way to get treasure, so. Oh, right. Faris gained a level. Yeah, as soon as you step off like these platforms, the code will take you where you gotta go, so not much to move around here. Another new enemy, these crab enemies, they get pretty hard and they have pretty good defense. So they can be a little bit of a trouble, so good thing they are also susceptible to the charm spell. So it's doing pretty good, so we could waste some money and probably do guild toss, but yeah. Well, just let them take care of themselves here, so. Of course, the sleep spell always works right when we finish. Wouldn't really matter, so. One good thing about sleep is that if an enemy is asleep, it won't wake up until you hit it. And we're going to take advantage of that to take care of this, like, kind of optional enemy a little bit later on. So, well, I'll discuss that when we get to it. Let's just finish off these ones here first. I should have sang the Vitality song a little bit earlier, so. Because some of these battles, they take a little while to do, even though they have, you know, an elemental weakness here. And I was not paying attention, I end up healing that crab. But we defeated him anyway, so. Woo! Alright. Now we got another new enemy there, the blood swine. It is weak to fire. It also has like a built-in sap. So you'll notice that it will like eventually like lose hit points on its own. So yeah, it'll just sometimes you'll just see that like the numbers will appear on it. So don't know why that is, but hey, we'll accept it. So. Charm everybody. Oh, it's not charmed anymore. Yeah, charm also will last until hit with a physical attack as well. So you can charm something and then hit it with, you know, with magic spells, and the charm won't break. Problem is, though, an enemy will sometimes hit itself, just like how that one did, and it'll break the charm. So. And we just melted the slime. Victory! Woohoo! Alright. So here's the thing, you could have went south there, but if you went south there, you would have missed this treasure chest. Now if you go south, it takes you to the left, and then there's a staircase, and you take the staircase, and there's this one small little hall, and I'll point out where you end up. So you end up to the southwest of that treasure chest there. Now once we get to the second part of the dungeon, this is where we can run into this enemy here, the Lopros. It's like a dragon. Can't charm it, but it is weak against fire. So hit it with some fire. Take it out. And that's all the new enemies in this area. So, like I said, small little dungeon, but the best treasure that we want to get, that pretty much guarantees success against this boss, is in that final treasure chest down there that we saw off screen. I mean, off to the side of the screen. That treasure is a Phoenix Down. So our boss in this thing is an undead. So by picking up this Phoenix Down, we instantly have a way to defeat the boss. So see that little hole down there? If we would have went the left way and missed that one treasure chest with the money, that small little hallway would have turned out that way. So, alright, head up this way. And hey, there's that Moogle there, but there's like a dinosaur there. Koopo. We have to, of course, fight the dinosaur, but as you can see, the dinosaur's like a skeleton. It's an undead. So we can just use the Phoenix Down that we picked up, throw it at the Tyrannosaurus, and don't. It's done. Hey, there we go. Victory is ours. And Galuf learned Kill Toss. So. And there's no Google Hall. don't need to be afraid, it's alright. Come over here. Kupo. You're safe now. Kupo, Kupo. Lenna does not speak Moogle, but we'll learn that Kara, Galuf's granddaughter, does. It wouldn't make sense if Lenna learned how to speak Moogle, because she never know what a Moogle was. They don't exist in her world. Looks like it's calling us. Now watch, when the Moogle steps in the sand, he shakes his head, so he's basically saying, you know, like, don't step in the sand. Instead, what you want to do is you want to follow his path. And if you follow his path, you won't get into random encounters. Now, inside the desert there's two enemies, and one of them is really, really tough, so that's why they don't want you to basically go into the desert. But I have a trick to beat that enemy, and I'll show it off then. So, well, let's head on out first. Like I said, you could, you know, test it if you want. You can test your luck and, you know, you save off a lot of walking by walking through the desert. But we're just going to take it safe. Even though this party is able to deal with the enemy. So, let's sneak on by here. We'll get to the edge of the forest, and I'm going to make a save. Just to be safe. And I'm going to walk in the desert and show off the desert enemies. So there's only two. And only one we really, like I said, we really have to worry about. So let's get these enemies in our bestiary. Here it is, the Sandcrawler and the Cactuses. They can all be charmed. If you're lucky, the Cactus will use that 1,000 needles on the Sandcrawler, take off 1,000 hit points. And as a Sandcrawler, sometimes it uses like electrical ability. It's not weak to it, but if it keeps shocking itself, it's often going to deal a lot of damage to itself over time, so... I think that needle just paralyzes characters, so... Let's try to take out these cactuses here, and then we can focus on the Sandcrawler. Now, one thing the Sandcrawler can do is it can cast... One thing that makes it annoying is it can cast like a Maelstrom attack, which basically puts anyone it hits into critical hit point range, basically single-digit hit points. So you have to heal yourself up pretty quick after that. It's really bad if they like come with the cactuses here, because then, you know, the cactus, if you Maelstrom, then the cactus can hit your character that's weak. We got lucky there. If we didn't get lucky there, we would have wished they would have used that Blowfish on the Sandcrawler, but we have ways to deal with it. So like I said, we want to try not to hit it, let it hit itself. See if electric shocks. Sometimes it'll keep electrical shocking itself. Basically, you want to just let it be until basically we have all of our characters at the full ATB bar, because we can lock it down. We can try to lock it down with the charm spell, and if that misses, we can have Angel's attack and hopefully put it to sleep. And once we do that, we're pretty good, because what's going to be doing the major damage is we're going to end up casting the Venom spell, which is poison, which does basically every time his turn comes up, he's going to take a bunch of damage from the poison. So we just try to kind of lock him down here. Like I said, see, we're waiting until we get our all the characters' ATBs full. And now we're going to poison him. He's going to wake himself up from the charm. And then once we put him to sleep, though, then the rest of the time we can just hang out and do nothing. Because when he's asleep, he won't be able to attack himself and bring him out of the sleeping stage. And as long as we don't hit him, he won't bring himself out of sleep, so... We'll just deal damage when we can. And once he goes to sleep, which you can tell with the smoke appears, well, now we just sit here and wait. And every time that his turn would come up, the poison is going to take effect. Poison takes off almost 1,000 hit points. See, 937. So that's just, we just have to sit here and wait, and he'll never wake up, and eventually the poison will just take him out. And while he's being poisoned, we're being healed by that Vitality Song. Yep. So it's just a matter of waiting him out then. So, but yeah, this guy gives some pretty good experience, good ability points. So it might be a place to kind of grind if you're not doing like a Fiesta and you have multiple jobs that you want to learn abilities for. But we don't have to really worry about that because, like I said, since we can only use these 4 jobs, we don't have to worry about learning other abilities, and we'll eventually, master all these jobs just by playing the game regularly. Angel's almost mastered Knight, and Faris is going to master the Bard anytime soon. So, it's just things the Red Mage cost so much to master. There we go. So everyone, 2 people gain levels. We got a power potion to sell. Now I'll just make another save here, and then we'll pick up in the next episode where we head into the Rugal village in that forest there. So take care, have a good one, thanks for following along. Bye!